Yep, if you read the title, I am doing a remake of the entire fan commentary of Heroes vs. Villains that are made by CK Primeval 7, and the reason why is because I just didn't like how my original fan commentary on this series was, and I just thought I'd remake it. There's just too much reference to History of 5-3-4-1, and too much thumbnails that have me too much, and I just didn't like it that much, so that's why I gotta remake these stuff. So, but it was something I did thought when I read Heroes vs. Villains. I thought it was some Adventure Team related. I thought it was like a spoof of Monsters vs. Aliens, but it turns out it is a sort of spin-off tournament related. So, okay, so yeah, it is a good trailer, and so let's get this going. So we start off with a prologue. We see at the Forbidden Mountains, we see Maleficent has gathered in some, mostly the Disney villains, Jafar along with Iago, Hades, Dr. Facilier, and Judge Claude Frollo for some reason. No idea why Frollo is in there. I mean, these villains represents everything that Frollo hates. Just feels kind of weird. Until they get an unexpected visit from Mock Swagger. Also, yeah, I'm not joking. Turns out he is an anthropomorphic cat. So when I looked up on the Urban Dictionary and saw it on DeviantArt, he technically is an anthropomorphic mutant humanoid cat. Maybe a sphinx is what it's more like. Here's what I thought they... What's a beer? Don't anyone think that? He's not amused. So, Mock uses supercomputer to summon forth some villains that can help them in their schemes to fight against the heroes. And also merging both the Disney universe and the non-Disney universe into one. Guess it's gonna be the alliance of Maleficent and Mock, I guess. Rasputin, Ruber, Rothbart, Eris, Thrax, Professor Screw-Eyes, Zigzag, El Supremo, Sekko Khan. The famous non-Disney villains. Okay. And then we get this part from Watership Down. There's Hazel. Yeah, they're all coming out of the meadow. So, yeah, Watership Down is a very graphic movie by any means. I'm not kidding. It is very graphic. Let me get a drink. Just feeling a bit parched, that is. So... Come on, where's... There he is. Yeah, Fiverr is something that's gonna happen, of course. Again, when I was a little kid, I was kind of like Fiverr. I was a little scared, but I was also a happy, cheerful kid. Both cheerful and scared. So he's saying something bad's gonna happen. So, yeah, of course, there's a war going to happen. Okay, now for the next fight. For the first fight. Anastasia versus Hades. So, Hades meets up with Rasputin and recruits him for Maleficent and Mock's alliance. And also offers him to kill Anastasia. Offers himself to kill Anastasia for him, huh? And he gladly agrees and allows Hades to use his minions to help him out. Why can't Hades do his own minions? I don't know, but hey, who are we to question? He's like, okay, boys, now get to work. So yeah, Anastasia is a good movie, despite being, it kind of is a slap in the face to history, but it's not very disrespectful that much. I think the movie is mostly based on the whole rumor about Anastasia surviving, so I can understand why they had to make a movie kind of like that. Also, I finally saw a Nostalgia Critics review of Anastasia. If anyone wants to see it, I'll leave the link down below. Yeah, there's no train conductor. So, anyone else think that these demons that serve Rasputin killed the conductor, just throw his body into the fire? Imagine that actually happened. Oh, and they blew up the bridge. Uh-oh. Okay, so they managed to jump. Guess Hades was just watching the whole thing, not really interacting with them, just watching it and trying to do some attacking, attacking things. So I guess Anastasia wins. He's not happy. Not a bit. Okay, now for the next fight. Aladdin versus Zigzag. So Jafar meets up with Zigzag at the Arabian deserts. I like how he calls Zigzag a bozo. Like, Jafar, where'd you dig this bozo up? And that's Zigzag he's talking about. So Jafar recruits Zigzag to Maleficent and Mog's alliance and orders him to capture Princess Jasmine. Hey, can anyone tell me, if I'm not mistaken, that both Aladdin and the Thief and the Cobbler are sort of similar to each other? I mean, there are some similarities, I guess. Don't you mean your new Grand Vizier? I'm just asking. You know, just to be clear, so Heroes versus Villains is technically short for Disney and non-Disney Heroes versus Villains, and I'm just saying that. Because I think in one of the comments said so. Hold on. It says, let the real Disney and non-Disney battle begin. So, yeah, it's basically a Disney and non-Disney heroes versus villains. So, we're technically getting Disney heroes fighting the non-Disney villains. And the non-Disney heroes fighting against the Disney villains. Understand why they had to switch it up. Zigzag is just flirting with Jasmine. I mean, who wouldn't want to flirt with Jasmine? Until you realize her age. Like 16? Or is it 15? Disney, why did you have to make us look like creeps? Good job, Disney. Because Jasmine says something that kind of makes him feel insulted. And then Aladdin's here. It's like, hey, what are you doing making moves with my girl? Just attack him. And there's the Sultan, and he calls out the guards. And Zigzag making this grand escape. And the Sultan orders his guards to go find him. And then we get the next fight is Charlie and Itchy versus Madame Medusa. I think I'm gonna skip this bit because the whole thing when I originally did this, it was copyright claim for some reason. So yeah, it's a bit with that opening with Charlie and Itchy escaping from the pound. Well, in this series, it's owned by the Animal Cruelty Squad. And then the scene shows Medusa hearing like, "What's all that racket?" And shoots them. Well, trying to shoot them. So I think I'm gonna stop right here. See you guys in the next part of this commentary.